All right. Good evening from Boston tonight, where I'm on Jason Tatum watch, a watch that will continue for at least a couple of more days. Tatum not active for the Celtics game against Charlotte, but I did stick around to watch the Celtics play the Hornets. And we got to talk about the Hornets. We got to talk about Charlotte. The Hornets are good. The Hornets are fun. The Hornets have a lot going for them right now. They beat down Boston on Wednesday. It's a Celtics team that's playing some great basketball as of late. Went to Milwaukee a couple of days ago and won without Jaylen Brown and Neemias Queta. They come home, play the Hornets, which were on a second night of a back-to-back, and Charlotte wins that game by 29. Just throttled the Celtics. This game wasn't even close. They were up big at halftime, 20 points, I think, at halftime, and just went on to cruise to a victory. So let's talk about the Hornets and where they are, because it's now 6 straight wins for Charlotte. They have moved to the number 9 seed in the Eastern Conference and looking like a team that neither of those top 2 seeds would want to play if they get through this play-in tournament. Since January 22nd, when the Hornets started going on a run, they are 16-3. In that span, they are number 1 in the NBA in offensive rating, number 1 in the NBA in net rating, and number 7 in the NBA in defensive rating. They have wins over San Antonio, wins over Houston, and now they have a win over Boston during that stretch. They're over 500 for the first time since early October, and they're on pace to finish over 500 for the first time in 4 years. They have a core that is really damn good. Brandon Miller, Con Knipple, LaMelo Ball. These are 3 guys in their early to mid-20s that are really, really good players. Brandon Miller, he's a bucket. 21 points per game this season, shooting about 38% from 3. I think opinions were mixed on Brandon Miller coming into this season. I had asked around a little bit at the start of the season if people thought he was, a number 2 guy on a bad team, a number 3 guy on a good team. A lot of mixed opinions I got, but he's playing like a guy that can be a 1A type of scoring option on a pretty good team. Con Knipple, shooting mid-40s from 3-point range, has a much better overall game than anyone really expected coming into the season. He's going to be Rookie of the Year. He's already neck and neck with Cooper Flagg, and if you see the way these 2 teams that Cooper and Con play for, they're both trying to do different things at this stage. Like Cooper Flagg playing for a team that's looking at lottery position, Con Knipple playing for a team that's trying to move up in the play-in bracket field. Con Knipple is probably going to finish the season a lot stronger. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. He is a complete offensive player right now, much more complete than we expected. LaMelo Ball is rewarding Charlotte for hanging in there with him. Like, it's been a rough few years for LaMelo Ball. It's been there forever, it seems like. A lot of people wonder if the Hornets would get off him or move off him over the last couple of years. They stuck by him. They paid him, and it's paying off for them this season. LaMelo Ball, his scoring numbers are down some this year, but his turnover numbers are down. And if you just watch him play, you're getting a much more controlled, confident player, in LaMelo. And that's a credit to the coaching staff there and the job that they've done with him. And I talked to Charles Lee for a little bit about this team and about LaMelo specifically before the game. And he was telling me the thing about LaMelo this year is that he's not as focused on stats as maybe he's been in years past. He's deferring more. He's letting Con Knipple run pick and rolls, letting Brandon Miller, facilitate on pick and rolls, which has, taken some of the responsibility off him and freed him up for some more catch and shoot opportunities, which he's delivering on for this team. He's still kind of prone to those one-footed 3-point shots, but like the crazy plays are just fewer and fewer for LaMelo Ball at this point. So he's been great for this team this year. And look, they're good now, but they've got the potential to be really good, over the next few years. This is a foundation that they have in Charlotte. And it's like I mentioned the team that was over 500 4 years ago. Like, that was a good team, but that team wasn't really going anywhere. Like, that team had, Gordon Hayward was there. LaMelo was there when he was a lot younger. Terry Rozier were there. Like, that was a team that was built to be kind of good, but Gordon Hayward was already over 30 at that point. Like, that wasn't a team that you were going to say that had a foundation for a team for the next 5 to 10 years. This one does. Like, they've got a trio of young guys that are really good. They got some other young guys at other positions that could be good. They're going to be tough. They got a coach that has figured it out. Like, Charles Lee, for years in Milwaukee and then in Boston, was considered one of the best assistants in the NBA. He comes to Charlotte, and he is as good a head coach as some people projected. And a lot of people have paid attention to the offensive numbers for Charlotte. Like, overall this year, they were 29th in offense last season, which was bad for a lot of reasons. And they're top 5 this year, overall, all season long. And when I was talking to Charles about this, like, we were talking about offense, but the conversation eventually tilted back towards defense, which I think he's even more proud of with this team. They're not a great defensive team. They're middle of the pack defensively overall, top 10, as I mentioned, over the last, 5 weeks since January 22nd. But, for Charles Lee and his staff, this is all that work they put in paying off. Like, he was telling me that, for the last couple of years, most of their practices have been about defense, to the point where players would ask him, like, are we going to work on offense now? Are we going to run offense? He wanted to get this team to a point defensively where they could win some of these close games. And they're doing that. Like, LaMelo Ball is a much better defensive player this year than he's been in years past. Con Knippel's been serviceable. Brandon Miller's been serviceable to decent, to pretty good. They're playing solid defensively. So if they can keep building on that over the next couple of years, they're going to be a really good team. They're going to be a force in Charlotte. And look, this year, I wouldn't want to play them in the first round. If I'm Detroit, would I want to play Orlando, Miami, or Atlanta before I want to play Charlotte? Probably. Orlando's banged up. Miami's been trying this new offense, and Atlanta, I don't know what direction they're going this year. I wouldn't want to play Charlotte. Not the Charlotte team that's just starting to peak right now. We're in early March, and they're starting to play. They are playing their best basketball of the season. So the Hornets are the real deal. They are. Not only are they good this year and going to make the play-in and stand a pretty good chance of making the playoffs, but they're going to be a factor for years to come. These young guys are only going to get better. LaMelo is going to keep getting better. Knippel, he's going to give him an offseason of more strength. He's going to get a lot better. Brandon Miller, he was injured most of last season. This year, been able to stay on the floor. I think his overall shooting percentage is going to get better as the years go by. They got guys. They got guys. For the first time in a long time, this Charlotte Hornets team is legit, and they're going to be a team to watch, for the years to come.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.